Hello and welcome. So the other day I did this video. For me and my small channel to get the kind of traction that it got in one day was absolutely amazing. I never expected anything like that. I got a lot of comments, both positive and negative, and some of them were informing me that I didn't know what I was talking about. I wasn't there at the beginning to pledge and join the Kickstarter, so I should research. The other comments that I got were, you don't know what an MMO is. Squadron 42 was the original Kickstart. Get your facts straight. I was told back up my feelings with empirical data, a variety of things. So I'm just here to kind of set the record straight on Star Citizen, Squadron 42, and what came first, I guess, and what the original Kickstarter was. So first and foremost, what is an MMO? An MMO is an online video game which can be played by a very large number of people simultaneously. There's nothing in there about server meshing. There's nothing in there that it has to be 1,000 players. There's nothing in there saying that it has to be 50 players. There's nothing in there that says it has to be 5 players. All it means is that a large number of players, which it doesn't define what a large number is, can play the game simultaneously. So that's first and foremost. That is what an MMO is. Now, points 2 and 3. This is coming from a very, very simple Google search. With a simple Google search, this is what I found. If you don't want to trust Wiki, that's fine. But here's what Wiki says. Squadron 42 is a single-player game developed by Chris Roberts and his development studio, cloudimperiumgames. It shares the same game lore and the game development background. It was sold together with Star Citizen until the game pledge packages were split on February 14th, 2016. So, they were originally packaged together in the original Kickstarter. Now I'm going to take this one step further. This is the original Kickstarter page. All right. So this is the original Kickstarter page. And if we come on down, to where it says Squadron 42, a Wing Commander style single player mode playable offline if you want. Beneath that it says playable offline or online co-op with friends. You sign up for a tour duty with the UEE fleet, manning the front lines protecting the settlements of the Vanduul warbands. Once again, here we are faced with it being packaged together with Star Citizen. Let me bring that back up. Star Citizen was the original Kickstarter. Now, I did not go in depth and go to every single CitizenCon and take out every little snidbit about Star Citizen and Squadron 42. With another simple Google search, this is the video that I found. This is from IGN. It was from 10 years ago, and this is the original Kickstarter video that Chris Roberts put out. I will leave a link in the description so that you can watch it for yourself if you'd like. This is starting at the 3 minute and 7 minute mark. I will only play this segment.
What I'm building, the Star Citizen and the Squadron 42 combination, you essentially have both things available to you. So Squadron 42 is the sort of single player experience where you are getting missions. You're in the military, so it's not that open world because you're going to be going AWOL if you decide you want to go off to some other planet. So the idea of it is you serve a campaign, you fly missions, it's branching just like Wing Commander was, and you have exactly that Wing Commander experience with the added bonus of some multiplayer and your friends be able to sort of co-op play with you as wingmen when you fly your missions. But when you finish your tour of duty, you muster out and you're in the wide universe, and then it's open world. You can go where you want, do what you want, choose who you want to be. And the other thing that's nice about this is you don't have to do Squadron 42. You can get into the Star Unit. You can basically decide you're never going to go fight in the military. You can decide that I'm just going to be a merchant or I'm just going to be a pirate. I think what we're talking about here has everything that made Wing Commander great and has everything that made Privateer and Freelancer great. It basically has both things, and the single player sort of military campaign side sits inside this whole universe in a holistic fashion. The idea is that it should be dynamic. So I've talked about a sort of the universe being a living entity and something that's always changing, and it's going to change based on the player's actions. So things that players do will have an effect on the universe, and they'll also be able to become part of the universe. So a good example is, say, a player that's an explorer and they explore around enough time and they find a space anomaly and then they manage to navigate a jump. That jump point and the system that they've jumped into will get named after that player. So like that player becomes part of the history and lore of the universe. And on top of that, we're going to be dynamically adding content to these universe. I'm not interested in having yearly updates. We'll have a team of people that are adding content on a weekly, every 2 weeks basis. So you're starting this system and you start in the game and it's got 50 star systems, for instance, and 2 weeks in, a jump point's discovered for another system and someone navigates it and bam, we've got a 51st system and so on.
I'm not going to get into all the other promises that were made during that little snidbit, but you heard it from the man's mouth first, or you heard it from the man's mouth. Star Citizen and the persistent universe was the kickstart, and Squadron 42 was going to be the embedded campaign within the persistent universe. That was until February 14th, 2016, when it was separated and became two completely separate games. Respectfully, a lot of you are suffering from the Mandela effect. Or, once again, respectfully, a lot of you are suffering from what you want or what you heard to be true. The Kickstarter was for the Star Citizen Persistent Universe, and Squadron 42 was the embedded campaign until, as I said, it was separated. So that is my empirical evidence. That is me backing up my feelings. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But this is what happened. This is how it went down. This is what the Kickstarter was all about. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being told that I need to back up my feelings and I need to back up what I say with evidence. There is your evidence. If you would like to do more digging, that's on you. This is as far as I'm going to take it. This was just 2 simple Google searches, and this is exactly what I found. This is available to everybody. Once again, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to do this as respectfully as I can. This is what you pledged for. This is what the Kickstarter originally was for. So, with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. So long, and thanks for all the fish.